Hi guys, Freaky Fish Guy here from another channel. Today I'm going to be helping out Fingers Crossed Yu-Gi-Oh in his sealed challenge, as it were. So we're going to actually be opening some more nostalgic products, and I am the guy who has got the KAIBA structure deck. So in this is mainly ABC, which is just busted. Like, I'm sorry, Fingers Crossed, you're going to lose. I have ABC. I mean, we've got ABC, we've got XYZs, we've got Blue Eyes, we've got Union Camp. So the way this works is we both get a structure deck. He has the YUGI structure deck, I have a KAIBA structure deck, and we're going to see who can build the better deck over a series of months. It's not going to be like every month or every week we're going to spend 20 quid. We're going to be a bit more just normal about it, if you will. Like we'll buy the odd thing and add to it, and then we'll see how our decks progress. I have got the KAIBA deck, which I feel like is a very good starting point. We've got an ABC engine in here, which is actually a meta relevant, or it was at one point, engine. Fingers Crossed has the Magnet Warriors, which I love personally. I've got Magnet Warriors. I've got the full deck in my binder somewhere. So yeah, I've got the lovely full deck sleeved, you know, all max rarity in my binder. But he's only getting one of each to start off with, so that might struggle. Whereas I am still getting one of each. But I've also got the XYZ parts to maybe bulk up. 2016, I think this came out in. So it's 4 years old. Let's crack it open. You know, or try to, as it were. I'll just do it that way. It's always something nice about opening like structure decks. I usually get 3 of if a new one comes out and see how it plays. We'll just leave that there. So obviously we've got our beginner's guide. I'm gonna have to study this hard to figure out how to beat Fingers Crossed. You know, we've got pendulums, got flip summons. Pretty standard book. Everything comes with this. Packaging wise, yeah, this is normal. Actually, this is more like the American style. Normally, all the modern ones for Europe have just a cardboard square on the inside, which holds everything in place. They've got rid of like the plastic packaging in recent years. This is our playmat and guide on how to help our deck work. I remember going to an event once with a paper mat. When I really started, I bought like one structure deck. And I went to somewhere with a paper mat, and everyone was like, "Is that your mat?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then everyone had all these really nice like rubber mats and cloth mats. So yeah, here we can see I've got the ABCs, got the XYZs, pretty standard. Power packs, this is useful because obviously we're going to be playing sealed only, so we should buy none of these really. Like, these are all now really old and kind of outdated. Dark Illusion, yeah, it's got like Cosmic Cyclone, that's a good one. Blue Eyes, we're showing Victory. There's not much Blue Eyes stuff in here, so I don't really feel like that's going to be a big benefit. We're actually going to mainly aim towards the Fusion Monster XYZ engine, as it were. Maybe get some more ABC pieces out of some sealed product. But they only came out in one other set, so we'll have to see how it goes really. Alright. We're not part of Sniff Gang. I'm not going to be sniffing these. It smells like cardboard. The other cool thing about these cards, I don't know if you can tell, but they are older style holographic. I don't know how to pronounce it. I kind of just like the way these cards look. They look very retro, which is weird because I even looked at my Dino parts the other day, and the hollows on that look different to the whole modern hollows. Obviously, the attribute sign isn't hollow either. These cards, 2016. A to Z Dragon Buster Cannon. We're never going to summon this, but it's just cool to have an extra deck. If we do get this out, I'll just count it as a win immediately. If I ever make this in our whole sealed only event, I'll be amazed by this. This is the big boy. This is probably what's going to win us our games, and this is what I absolutely love. ABC Dragon Buster, just banish the 3 pieces from field or grave, and then just summon this. It can banish a card on the field, and it can tag out. We only got the one, so the tagging out is gonna be a bit problematic. We only tag it out if something threatens it. Otherwise, this is our big bad boss monster. A, B, and C, all in super rare. The originals, these cards are awesome. They are meta relevant, all have nice effects. Only one of each though, so that is a struggle to start off with. And then we've got some Union support. So, oh wait, okay, so we got the heavy mech support armor, so I guess this is nice protection. I don't actually, I haven't read these cards, that's the problem. We're gonna have to do a lot of reading. Can't be destroyed by battle card effects. You destroy this instead, basically, if you equip this to something. My favourite of the unions, XYZ. This is what I grew up on watching GX, so these are quite nostalgic to me. I wish they were better than they were, but you never know, we might actually be able to make a good deck using those. And there's the other one I was expecting. It's weird that they put one here and one back there, so that's a bit weird. Destroyed by battle card effects, draws card again. It's the same thing. One random blue eyes because it's KAIBAS deck. You've got to have a blue eyes in there, even though there's pretty much nothing else supporting blue eyes in here. Kai as a glider, probably not the best card. Probably one of the first things we're going to take out. It's really nice art though. Lord of D. I'm not going to make a joke. Vampire Lord. Vampire Lord is actually quite a good card. Yes, it's a tribute monster. However, it is basically recurable. So if they remove it by a card effect, it keeps coming back, which is actually really nice. It might survive the first few builds of the deck. Enraged Battleox. So this is Battleox retrain. It flip piercing damage. So I think that's a Beast Warrior. Does piercing damage to basically itself. Does Feral Imp. It's a flip monster. 2 Dark Clowns. It's just filler at this point, really. The stupidly long named dragon. Interplanetary Purpley Thorny Dragon. It's really nice. It basically floats if something is destroyed, so you can always get that online to maybe for the tribute fodder for Vampire Lord. Blizzard Dragon. It's basically like stun. Keeper of the Shrine. This is basically the only good support in this deck for the blue eyes, so if this is like engraved, you can bring it back. Things like that. Luster Dragon. This is actually one of my favourite cards. Like, we're in this series for nostalgia, and this was one of the first cards I actually remember playing a deck with. Basically, I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Back when GX was out. I watched the DM series, but I never actually bought the cards. I was too young. Then GX came around and I was like, oh, this looks familiar to the other Yu-Gi-Oh! Thing I watched, because I didn't actually realise it was the same thing. I was so young. I went into like some newsagents, bought some cards, some packs, and built a deck out of the packs I bought, and I'm pretty sure it was like 30 cards at the time, so it wasn't even legal, and it was mainly things like Luster Dragon. I had Proto Cyber Dragon in there for no other reason, and it looked cool. And that was actually the first card I ever pulled. I still have that card in my binder, Proto Cyber Dragon. I still have the first card I ever pulled, which was amazing. But yeah, this is a really nice like nostalgia hit for me. Still pretty good as well, 1900 attack, so if we go for Caveman Yu-Gi-Oh! That'll be in there. That's our monster lineup. It's iffy. There's a lot of room for improvement. However, it's a nice start with the ABC pieces. Spells, Union Hanger. That's really nice. Basically, we want more of this because it's a starter for ABC. Mastery Buzz Blue Eye support. Bastard Construction, Blue Eye support. They've got all these support cards for one card in the main deck. Fluid Summoning Dragon. Maybe because we've got like the one Lord of D, so it's a bit iffy. Silent Doom, that's really nice if we can somehow dump this to the grave. Shrink, this is one of the better pieces of support, as well as the enemy controller. So these are actually really nice staples, as it were, that will stay on our deck for a very long time because they're just like interaction. We'll call it just interaction. Megamorph, I guess. Limit removal, this will probably stay in just because it makes all our machines big and we can like tag out and then attack for lots of big damage. Frontline base, probably never going to play this, but I guess it does actually help us with the XYZ engine, as it were, if we want to go for that route. Union Scrabble, I've never actually read this card. Target up to 3 Banish Light, special summon them. Okay, so we can tag out for ABC without tagging out for Buster, so that's quite nice. Crush God Forest is errated, sadly. It's not as broken as it used to be. This is literally the reason Pet and their Dark Clown is in here. So we might, if we play like, the problem is, if we get more of this in our sealed product, because spoiler alert, I'm opening more KAIBAS sealed products at one point. This needs a dark and everything else is light, effectively, because we're a union thing. So we can't actually really play this. Negative attack, that's actually really nice because it's just like, again, stun. Ring Instructions, removal. This is basically, I want my monster to live. So this is kind of a cool thing. I'll have to watch like the anime and see how Kaiba really uses it, because as the anime, you've got to have the cool hints from the anime. Cloning, final attack orders. This is kind of weird, actually. I never realised this was in here. Call of Haunted, really nice card. And again, nostalgia hit, bones card, like just generally good card. if they remove my ABC, I can bring it back, so watch out for that, fingers crossed. Rollout, target a union engraved to monster. So I guess this is really what these things are for. But saying that the ABC pieces themselves do give protection, as it were, from like a spell, monster, or a trap. They each give one sort of protection, so this actually be nice for that on AB. Oh no, because we can't do that to Buster because it will be banished. So yeah, it would have to be these things. So that's quite interesting. I'll see. I have to think about how that works. Fiendish Chain to round out the main deck, really nice. Again, negate. So we've actually got some good staples. So we've got the Fiendish Chain, we've got Call of the Haunted, we've got the Enemy Controller, and we have the Shrink as our staples. As such, everything else is, apart from obviously the good monsters, is mostly filler. Also, this is the perfect way to display a deck, you know, just get it all out and throw it everywhere. Give me a minute, guys. You ever see those kids at locals who buy a structure deck and then they just don't know what to do with the cards? It's kind of what I feel like now. I've just basically just put it everywhere. The last 3 cards is actually quite an interesting structure deck because it did give us multiple extra deck monsters in a box. Normally you only get like the 1 to 2 big boss monsters, but I actually got 5 in here. So we've got XYZ Dragon Cannon, which is a really nice card actually. It's only 3 materials, same as the Buster Dragon. This obviously came out way before Buster Dragon, but it's basically just destroy a monster on the board. What's wrong with that? Discard a card, pop a card. That's really nice. Problem is the actual engine itself was terrible and hard to use, so it never really saw play. If I had to, I'd much rather this be relevant than this, because again, this is that nostalgia hit. It's a shame that they obviously had to remake it with the ABC. XY Dragon Cannon and XZ Tank Cannon. Basically the same thing. If we have 1 or 2 of the if we have 2 of basically these 3, we can make either one of these in a certain way. I don't really know exactly what they do. We're going to read them. Discard a card, pop a face up, spell and trap. Discard a card, pop a face down, spell trap. Pretty much that's all we need to know. So this is basically like MST, but one of the other. If we make them, that'd be cool. I guess we can banish. So we like normal summon Z, we attach the, no wait, I have to be other around. You can edit this bit out, by the way. Mr. Fingers Crossed Yu-Gi-Oh! So I guess like the best way to make these would be the Union Hanger to like add the X, normal summon the X, and then the Hanger effect to equip the Z. And then we can banish both for like XZ Tank Cannon, which is actually not a bad play. That was like the 1 card Hanger is a 1 card XZ Tank Cannon, if I'm doing this all correctly. And then we've got 2/4 body on board, which can pop a face down spell a trap each turn. That's actually really nice. I actually quite like that. The problem is it's not protected in a way. So we do have like 4 other cards in hand. So I actually do have hope for this this deck. Maybe if we open some more sealed product, we can get some more Union monsters. We might actually go the Blue Eyes route. If we open up loads of Blue Eyes monsters, we might have to switch and go towards a Blue Eyes strategy. But at the moment, with the deck that we've got, the Blue Eyes is not going to be the main thing. We will keep the Blue Eyes in there just because of like the certain things that we can do. Obviously, the first game is going to be played with these just being as it is. I don't actually know the deck list off the top of my heart for the Magnet Warrior deck, so I don't know what staples he's got. All I know is it could be a good game and a good series. If you aren't subscribed, you should subscribe to Fingers Crossed YUGI. He does a lot more varied content than I do, and it's really nice to watch like the different budget builds, and like there's Dino series he does. It's really nice to watch his different videos. Otherwise, guys, I hope that you enjoy this, and I will see you in the game time.